Entrepreneurship is not a playground for dreamers. It's a battlefield for real warriors. Those willing to pay the price, work through weekends, and sacrifice sleep to survive the global arena. Here, a strong team is not enough. You need the cold resolve to sever any weak link slowing down the machine. This is a life or death chess game. The lessons aren't written in books. They're carved into your skin with blood, sweat, and tears. No one's waiting to lift you up. If you fall, you crawl back into the fight on your own. Now, let's peel back the layers and expose the brutal truth of this startup game. Part 1. The harsh philosophy of entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship is not for those seeking comfort. It's not an easy journey, but a ruthless arena with no reward for laziness and no mercy for weakness. You either win or get crushed. Everyone is tested, but only the resilient endure. There are no weekends, no safe zones, no escape routes. Startup life is relentless, driven solely by willpower and unending action. Everything in entrepreneurship begins with commitment. Commitment to sacrifice, to grind, to fight fear, loneliness, and ongoing failure. This is not for the faint-hearted or those chasing quick inspiration. Startup life demands a level of dedication surpassing even medicine or the military. It's absolute presence. Once you enter, there's no turning back. If you're thinking of resting, retreating, or delaying, you've already lost. No one forces you to start a business, but if you choose this path, you play with everything you've got. You'll face rejection, failure, financial loss, exhaustion, and sometimes lose yourself. But those who endure gain what no job can offer: true freedom, a powerful sense of purpose, and the feeling of living life on their own terms. No one is exempt. No one succeeds by luck. Everyone pays the price. The only question is, are you ready? Part 2. Revenue is breath. Sales mindset. Revenue is not a byproduct of strategy. It's the foundation of business survival. Without revenue, no product is worth investing in. Without cash flow, every model is useless. A true startup must generate cash as soon as possible, not for instant wealth, but for survival and sustainable growth. Every strategic decision must revolve around one axis: how to make customers pay. If you can't sell, you're playing the wrong game. The sales system is not just the moneymaker, it's the lifeblood of the business. A great leader must prioritize building the sales team, as they are the first line in the market, reading real reactions and converting value into money. If sales stop, the business chokes. If sales thrive, the organization can rocket forward. Want to grow? Sell first. Want to scale? Secure cash flow. Want to survive? Master the art of selling. A deadly mistake is focusing solely on short-term sales spikes while ignoring consistency. A top salesperson isn't the one with record sales in 1 month. It's the one who hits targets quarter after quarter, year after year. Consistency builds reliability. Reliability enables planning, resource allocation, and fundraising. No investor bets on luck. They look for predictable, measurable, scalable systems. You can't assign sales leadership to your top closer. Selling and leading are two different skill sets. Someone may be great at closing deals but fail at managing systems, allocating resources, training staff, and driving strategy. A sales manager must build structures, measure performance, and optimize the team, not be the #1 seller. Promoting the wrong person breaks the system. A strong sales force starts with a great leader, not just a great seller. A sales leader must have 3 traits: system thinking, process building, and motivational ability. They must understand the value chain from outreach to interaction, conversion to repurchase. They must know who fits which market, who should handle which customer. They don't need to be the best seller, but they must know how to make everyone better. And most critically, they must generate revenue like a strategic machine that never stops. Part 3. Hiring and evaluating talent. Hiring the wrong person costs more than money. It stalls the entire system. A weak link drags down the whole machine. Startups have no room for mediocrity. Everyone must be a force multiplier. That's why hiring must be the most meticulous task. Slow but right is better than fast and wrong. Treat every hiring decision like selecting a co-founder. If you're not 100% sure, don't sign the contract. Don't hire to fill a gap. Hire to create results. Every hire must undergo a battle-tested probation. Don't trust resumes. Don't trust charming interviews. 6 months is ideal to evaluate real fit. Set clear goals, conduct regular assessments, and give continuous feedback. If they hit KPIs and bond with the team, keep them. If not, end it immediately. Don't delay firing out of politeness. Every day with the wrong person burns resources. Clean your lineup if you want speed. A great hire isn't just skilled. They think deeply. Those passionate about arts, sports, or creativity tend to think multidimensionally, solve problems flexibly, and stay inspired longer. These are the people organizations crave: technically sharp, emotionally rich, capable of fighting and inspiring. Such individuals uplift the team, strengthen culture, and drive sustainable performance. Don't evaluate candidates with just a leader's eye. Involve the whole team in the vetting process. No matter how talented, if someone disrupts the team rhythm, they aren't worth keeping. Team culture outweighs individual brilliance. A united group can outperform a lone genius. When the team is excited to work with someone, performance soars. Hiring is a strategic decision and should be made collectively. Part 4. How to select startups worth investing in. A good investment isn't the startup with the best story. It's the one solving a real, existing problem. The market doesn't pay for creativity without purpose. It only opens its wallet when their problems are solved faster, cheaper, and simpler. The simpler the product, the easier it is to scale. Technology is just a tool. The problem is the root. Begin by asking, what pain are you solving, and how much are customers currently paying to solve it? To deserve investment, a startup must prove 4 things: a large enough market, a clear problem-solving product, a replicable model, and a team capable of executing. Don't show up with 35 scattered slides. If you can't convey your idea in the first 3, you don't understand it well enough. Investors aren't looking for the best idea. They want a model that scales, generates real cash flow, and is driven by people who know what they're doing and are ready to fight for it. Part 5. Why 50% of deals don't get signed. Half of investment deals fail after negotiations, not due to weak ideas, but due to dishonest founders. Exaggerating revenue, hiding true costs, or dressing up numbers to impress is suicide. Investors don't pay for emotion. They pay for transparency and real data. One small discrepancy in your report is enough to destroy all trust. One wrong number is one permanently closed door. A competent founder knows their key metrics cold: customer acquisition cost, lifetime value, gross margin, net margin, payback period, and retention rate. These numbers aren't for show. They guide daily decisions. If you can't speak precisely about your cash flow and actual growth rate, you shouldn't be running a business. Investors will spot it immediately and walk away without a second glance. A pitch is not a performance. It's a test of strategic thinking and clarity. Keep it under 12 slides. The first 3 must answer: what problem are you solving? How is your solution unique? And why are you the right person to do it? If it takes more than 90 seconds to make an investor understand, you're not ready. They don't invest out of sympathy. They invest in scalable models and execution-ready teams. Part 6. Women entrepreneurs, why they outperform. In the volatile startup landscape, women-led companies are showing superior performance. This isn't due to bias. It's rooted in their innate ability to manage time, allocate resources, and uphold discipline. Women rarely overhype results. They set realistic goals and pursue them persistently. No fanfare, no noise, just consistent, controlled progress step by step. And that very stability is what investors crave most. When targets are realistic and consistently met, the team feels like they're winning. A steady sense of victory builds a cohesive, high-performance culture. On the flip side, hitting only 60% of a highly ambitious goal leaves the entire company deflated. Female founders understand this. They don't overpromise or chase illusions, and because of that, they retain talent, maintain cash flow, and deliver trustworthy results year after year. Part 7. CEO equals storyteller, leading through emotion. Leadership isn't just about decision-making, it's the art of inspiration. A great CEO isn't just a systems manager, it's someone who makes the entire organization feel like they're pursuing something greater. The most powerful tool isn't a spreadsheet, it's a story. The greatest leaders are storytellers. A story makes the team believe, keeps customers loyal, and opens investors' wallets. Storytelling is the most underestimated strategic weapon. A great story doesn't need to be long. It needs to be real, emotional, and memorable. A startup without a story is a soulless venture. A CEO must remind everyone of the company's reason for existence, in one sentence, 1 minute, 1 moment. That story must be repeated in every meeting, every call, every pitch deck. When employees can retell it in their own words, it means the organization is united by emotion, not just contracts. Storytelling isn't just for communication, it triggers action. When a leader shares a story from the heart, they breathe life into strategy. Every plan falls flat without meaningful context. Stories answer, why are we doing this? for whom, and what happens if we quit. Teams don't follow payrolls, they follow belief. And belief begins with a memorable story, told again and again by someone they respect. Storytelling isn't instinctive. It requires practice like any business skill. A real leader invests in public speaking, mastering tone, using body language, exploiting silence, and crafting messages that spread. The most powerful lessons aren't in paychecks. They're in the eyes of teammates when you stand on stage and make them believe you'll lead them through any storm. That's the difference a storytelling leader makes. Part 8. No inheritance, teaching financial discipline. Freedom doesn't come from inheritance. It comes from the ability to create value. Teaching financial independence is not harsh. It's the greatest gift you can give. When people know they can rely only on themselves, their inner potential is unleashed. Wealth isn't in bank accounts. It's in the ability to generate cash from scratch. That's a lesson every generation must learn early and deeply. A smart family financial model invests in education until graduation, and then stops. No unconditional financial support, no privileges from being someone's child. From the moment they step out of school, everything they achieve must come from them. This doesn't just build resilience, it builds respect for money, effort, and independence. Future achievements will be rooted in gratitude, not entitlement. Not leaving behind financial wealth doesn't mean being irresponsible. It's a character-building strategy. When children realize no one is coming to rescue them, they learn to rise, self-direct, and carve their own path. Give them the right to learn, try, and fail, but not to depend. A dependent generation is a weak one. If you truly love them, give them tools, not money. Freedom can't be inherited, it must be earned. Part 9. Love or startup, companion or mission. Entrepreneurship isn't for those lacking alignment from their closest companion. When you're fighting to build something big, your partner must understand, share, and support, not hinder, distract, or force you to choose between career and emotions. True love strengthens the journey, not derails it. If they don't understand what you're fighting for, they shouldn't be in your inner circle. Choosing the right partner is as critical as choosing the right business model. A non-supportive partner becomes a burden. Someone who misreads your goals will pull you off track just when you need momentum. So ask yourself realistically, between a relationship and a mission, which is harder to replace? A startup can be rebuilt, trust can be relearned, but someone who doesn't believe in your journey can never help you reach the finish line. Choose the one who walks into the fire with you. Part 10. Technology and global entrepreneurial mindset. In the digital age, entrepreneurship knows no borders. Technology has erased geographic barriers, accelerated product cycles, and lowered startup thresholds. Anyone can now enter. But the trade-off is higher customer acquisition and retention costs. Your competitor isn't across the street, they're across the ocean. That's why startups must adopt a global mindset from day one with scalable products solving universal problems. The core of entrepreneurship hasn't changed. Solve real problems better than anyone else. Technology is leverage, not the goal. Don't chase trends, chase problems. Every great company starts with one question: why must we do this the old way? Great founders don't wait for ideas. They observe, question, and act. In a world that changes overnight, those who solve problems with intensity, intelligence, and zero compromise will lead the game. Conclusion. Does the world really need one more entrepreneur? Or is it just waiting to watch another person collapse on the bloodstained track? Is the hunger for freedom big enough to risk everything you hold dear? When everyone turns their back, what belief remains to push forward? Who has the courage to raise no funds, beg no market, and force reality to bend through pure results? When the final door slams shut, what remains except absolute will? A true entrepreneur doesn't need opportunities. They carve paths with their own scars. Thank you for watching the whole video. Please like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next videos.